We are going off the rails. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show dedicated to Disney in Tangents. I am your host, Frank, and today I am joined by a panel of interesting people, including Denny Sunderly.
Hi there.
And Rhino.
Hello.
Hi. Well, welcome to the show this week. We have a fun topic coming up for you about Disney in Tangents. I already told you that. I don't need to say it again. We're going to get to that in a second. But before we do, I want to remind you this is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. If you like our content and you want to support us, you can always book a trip through Dreams Unlimited Travel. It costs you no extra money and you get the support of an amazing Dreams Unlimited Travel agent. So head over to Dreams Unlimited Travel. to Dreams Unlimited Travel. Come today for a free, no obligation quote on your next vacation. Okay, well, you know what? I wish we would have made this episode all about the Muppets now, and let's just each choose a Muppet to speak like for the entire episode. What would your Muppet be?
Oh my gosh.
Like, who's our favorite, or like who do we align ourselves with?
I know, like, who do you feel like if you had to embody a Muppet to be for the entire show, which one would you be?
I think Janice, probably.
Janice.
That's
know.
so cool.
I feel like I'm sort of obnoxious like Fozzie.
Oh, I love that. Yes,
Yeah. Yep. You're pretty obnoxious.
Like he just kind of walks in and it's just like, I don't get it. Needs more cream. What does he say in the Muppets 3D?
It needs more sugar.
It needs more sugar.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because he eats the pie.
Shake the...
Needs more sugar. Yeah. Okay. I think that's
I'm a
piggy
guy myself, though.
I love Pepe.
Oh, Pepe.
He's my favorite.
He is a king prawn.
Yes.
Yeah. I think... I just don't see you as Janice, but that's fine.
I mean, you asked who we would talk as, so, I mean, that would probably be easier, maybe, but no, Pepe's my favorite.
Who's the gay
I love
dragon?
Ralph.
I love Ralph.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the gay dragon? The dragon. He blows the smoke out of his nose. He's very gay. Wears a suit sometimes.
Deadly?
Is that it? Yeah.
Uncle.
He's Uncle
Yeah.
Uncle
somebody.
Deadly. I would have never called him a dragon, though.
No, he's not
just
a dragon.
creature.
I don't think he's a dragon. He's like a...
Are you sure?
He's like a...
Guys, I'm looking him up.
I would have never
demon
called him
kind of
a
guy.
dragon. Yeah, it's Uncle Deadly. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, gang, this is definitely a dragon.
What?
If I haven't seen, look at the shape of his head.
He's like the
dragon.
Grim Reaper's pet.
I mean, he does smoke out of the nose. I
Yeah.
think maybe that's why I thought he was a dragon. I mean, I guess maybe he's not. Maybe it's just like a gargoyle or something, like a demon. You're
like
right.
that.
I'm sorry. I never.
He's a gay icon,
Who knew?
like the Babadook.
I mean, that is true.
That's true. I'm not making that up. That is a true story.
Just something I forgot about for
Yeah,
quite
gay
a while
people pick
here.
weird things to be their icons sometimes.
I mean, Uncle Deadly does have.
love him.
He's definitely got an air about himself. So I can see him being an icon, someone you would definitely. I like Uncle Deadly. So
Who's the
I get
big
it.
bear in the suit? He's a big bear.
Bobo.
Yeah,
Bobo. I like him too. He's cool.
I was about to be for a second. I'm like.
Do you mean Fozzie, you idiot?
Good job.
Like I'm gonna be I almost cursed though with saying that, and we have a very quick turnaround time with this episode because we're gonna be on a cruise, so I hopefully won't have to edit
editing.
anything out of this one. So let's make sure this goes nice and smooth like butter. Should we get to our topic?
Might as well.
Yeah, what Muppets would you be? I thought that was today's conversation.
I mean, I feel like we've already ended this episode then at this point.
No, because I feel like we can take the route of, do you remember those? Well, I worked in a bookstore, but like they used to have books where they'd be like Buffy and philosophy, da-da-da and philosophy. I feel like we could do a whole episode that's like the Muppets and philosophy.
Yes.
Like what does it say about you when you align yourself with like what Muppet would you be spiritually? What Muppet would you be talking as? And then what Muppet would you want to hang out with the most? Should we just make a Muppet podcast?
No, but I will allow this conversation for the time being.
Okay.
But then we have to talk about our topic.
No, it's
Do
fine.
we?
It's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
We'll see.
Okay.
So, okay, Rhino.
I don't know enough of their names.
You've got a freaking computer in front of you, buddy.
Yeah, I know, but you guys, I feel like you guys know all the crazy side people, and I'm a mainstay people. Like, I'd like to be friends with Pepe.
Okay.
Gonzo seems like he would be a bit much. I would think that Rolf would be like the cool guy in school. That's the guy I would have a crush on. And then I want to say like Piggy would be my best girlfriend because I love Piggy. And then I feel like I am like Fozzie, who's just kind of always a little bit awkward and
but huggable.
You know, friend,
lovable.
approachable and
Yes.
fun and wants to help out.
I don't see. Piggy doesn't have friends. She would want you in her entourage, but she wouldn't be your friend.
I know, but I have to learn that lesson. That's part of the emotional growth. I don't know why I set us in high school. I imagined lunch tables. So it was like, where would you want to be? I'd be sitting at Piggy's table, but you're right. Piggy would be like the Regina George of the group.
And you would be Uncle Deadly sitting there next to her saying, yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam. Could I shine your shoes?
Because I was like on the Disney Plus streaming show. That was Uncle Deadly was paired up with her a lot.
On the Haunted Mansion one, right? Or no?
I'm talking about
the show.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see that yet.
That's fine. Muppets Now has only been out since...
I know, like 2 years.
Been a while.
Years or something. It's fine.
You got plenty of time. I still quote Muppets Take Manhattan. Like there are some times in life where I'll just look at my youngest Andy and go, "Peoples is peoples." Like I have no other words for anything else other than to say that's people for you. But
you got to choose the one that Sony has the distribution rights for, right?
I love.
You have to.
I am embarrassed to tell you guys that I don't think I've seen any of the Muppet movies since I've been an adult. I'm not saying I haven't seen them. I've definitely seen the one where they're kidnapped. The Muppet Caper, maybe?
Yeah.
In the end, and Piggy breaks in with the karate?
Yep.
Yeah. And then I've seen the one with How I Met Your Mother. Well, I was an adult with that.
Diamond.
But I couldn't hear it. I could only like see it. So it was a particularly loud night at Fort Wilderness where they were playing it. And I was like, I'm going to go watch this movie here for the first time ever. That was a mistake. Don't watch the movie for the first time ever there.
Or on DCL, most of their shows.
Yeah, it gets too loud. Yeah. People just let kids talk full force at the screen.
Exactly.
So I'm like, I think I'm going to do a Muppet marathon. Hey, I found our new show. I found our new Patreon after show.
Muppet Mayhem.
We'll go through all the Muppet movies. How many Muppet movies are there?
Okay, well, you have the original Muppet movie.
Yes. Is it just called the Muppet movie?
It's called the Muppet movie. You have Great Muppet Caper.
The Muppets
Take Manhattan.
The best.
Followed by Muppet Christmas Carol.
And then Muppet Treasure Island.
Muppet Treasure Island. And then
Muppets in Space.
Muppets in Space. And then technically it's a 50-50. Some would count the Muppets Wizard of Oz.
No,
but
that was a made for TV
It was made for TV, but it was still made as an actual movie. So it's a full-length movie.
Did you?
I do not think that it was made.
It's not good.
It didn't feel like a movie.
It's not good, but it was technically a full-length movie. And then you have the Muppets and the Muppets Most Wanted, and that's our full Muppet lineup.
I will connect. I will commit to. Well, I'll commit to all those. That's 8 movies.
You can do that.
We'll watch one and then we can talk about it. You can give me all the facts. Denny, I'd say you could participate, but if you've watched our Tuesday show, you know she won't.
I wasn't going to give her goodbye until her final Off the Rails show, but that's just me.
That's fine.
I'm not giving her a goodbye. I'm just saying she won't be here.
Now.
That's her goodbye. You won't be here.
You won't. See ya.
Okay, now tell before I interrupted you.
Yes.
Tell me your lunch table Muppets.
It has to be Pepe. Pepe would be my little BFF, and we would giggle. Although he can be very sexist, so I would have to keep him in check.
Yeah.
But it would be Pepe. It would be Rolf. The whole scene, Snooky Ookums and Muppets Take Manhattan. It really all comes back down to Muppets Take Manhattan. It would be Kermit. Oh, yeah. I don't know that Piggy would be there because she is just not. She's a snot.
I love how
I hate to say that.
Love how sarcastic she is, though.
But she is just a little snotty pig. So I would want most of the classics. I think I would want Gonzo there, or maybe that he could sit at the table next to us because we'd all be trying to figure him out. I would None of the Electric Mayhem. I'm sorry.
No.
They're definitely at a
No.
table with themselves.
They're in
Yeah.
their own table in a cloud of smoke in the corner.
All right.
See.
All right.
Yes. But yeah, I think, and some of the penguins. I would
Ah,
want some of
the
the
penguins,
penguins.
yeah.
hmm
I feel bad. I probably should have. I feel like if you're friends with Pepe, you got to swoop in Rizzo.
Well, Rizzo tried to. Yeah. I mean, I liked Rizzo until Pepe came along.
Here's the thing. We live in a world where we're never going to see Rizzo again.
No.
So Rizzo was performed by Steve Whitmire, who took over Kermit after Jim Henson passed. And then Steve was removed as being Kermit when... What year was that? I don't remember. But remember when
Yeah.
But
Kermit's
I said,
voice changed.
Yeah, why is Kermit's voice so weird now?
Mm.
Yeah. And so it's with that, Steve's characters have not
Mm-mm.
been back.
Oh,
Rizzo
no.
hasn't played a
yeah.
prominent role in quite some time.
Yeah. So Rizzo's gone. One of my characters who would be at the table, Bean Bunny, that's off the
Bean.
table, really.
Oh.
And
Okay, but in a world where there aren't people's hands inside of them.
No, okay,
I'm just
yeah,
saying
in a
you're
world.
friends with them. You can have Bean there if you want.
I don't know if I'd want Rizzo. He's a little aggressive.
I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying, who's at your lunch table? Not your lunch table. Who's your high school dynamic?
I'm not going to lie. Like, your lunch table is turning out to be pretty obnoxious. Like, it's a lot
Hey,
of
here's the
loud,
thing.
clashing personalities.
With the popular kids.
And
That's all that
then,
mattered.
and then Uncle Deadly's just like taking it all
I'm
in,
like,
taking it all in. But
awesome.
it's it's aggressive because then you have Fozzie chiming in.
So it's a loud lunch.
Yeah. No,
Right,
An
right.
apple.
yeah.
What
Well,
about
I'm-
yours?
I mean, if I'm eating lunch, first off, you need someone to cook the food. So it's the Swedish chef.
Oh.
That's your lunch lady, though.
Okay.
No.
It's your hot lunch or the cold lunch?
Then I'm eating lunch with the lunch lady in the back.
In the back with the hairnets. Yeah.
You know, I'm the kid who couldn't find their seat and didn't have a table that they fit in with, and so I chose to sit in the back with the lunch lady, and she's just
That's okay.
she gave me the extra mashed potatoes. It's okay, it all worked out, but that's not a true story. No,
Is it your mom?
no, my mom was not.
Okay.
I don't want to say that as an insulting thing too, but that's the
My
opposite.
mother was not a lunch.
No, I mean
That's
it.
why
It's
you
like
came-
I would not go in. Like if your mom's the lunch lady, I don't think you would go. That would be a rule that you wouldn't be able to
see-
go and sit with them.
My
You wouldn't be able to-
my aunt was the lunch lady for my cousin, and so it was like right after I graduated, and I was like, Diane, you couldn't do it while I was in school to get the extra tater tots. Like,
I guess maybe there wouldn't be a rule. I always equated it to we had the coolest 6th grade teacher that we had at our school was oddly enough his name was Mr. McCool. And
whoa,
and like they didn't live in our district, but like it blew my mind when we got to 7th grade then, and we merged with the other elementary schools, and all of a sudden like his son existed that was in the same grade as us, and it was like, wait a minute, your dad could have been your teacher. That's wild to think of, but your dad taught us. Like it blew my mind.
Wow.
And yeah, he's still doing fine today. Lives in Hilton Head, has a brewery. Go check it out if you're over
Oh.
there. Yeah.
For
So,
him.
and I'm only dropping that because he has a friend who watches our stuff that we do that was odd, because he sent me a message one day and was like,
I was
this is very strange, but my friend knows who you are.
Oh.
So and we met them in the parks one day. So
Yeah.
that was it all came full circle with it. So anyway, Swedish Chef,
Okay.
and then I already said I would be sitting with Bean Bunny,
Mhm.
and then also gotta have me Beaker because you gotta
You
have
have
the
to.
life of the party there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then, of course, Rolf, because it's just
He's
you,
the best.
You need him because he will come in and ground you. He'll ground that reality.
Mhm.
Man,
He'll also play it too.
oh no, man!
Mhm.
Yeah. He'll be that cool guy. He's that cool guy who pulls out the instrument, and you're like, "This is going to be lame," and then you're like, "Oh, it's actually pretty good."
Of all the people who have ever sang a duet with John Denver, there is none better than Rolf singing "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas." Oh, that was started at a weird key, and then you just didn't know quite where to go from there.
Yeah, I didn't.
And-
There
Okay,
is a
let's do the peanuts
growl.
next. I'm just kidding.
Womp, 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 womp,
I would be with the
Oh.
lunch lady. Just said it.
womp. Sorry, I left my trumpet at home, so I have to just do weird mouth noises for this.
That's a very good table.
Yeah. No, the peanuts can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with any of them.
Mm-mm.
As long as you're not with Lucy. She's a bully.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What about pig panties? Pretty dirty.
So what?
Smoke cloud getting you food. It's like bringing a sandwich to the beach. You're just asking for dirt in it.
I don't know. If he's a good friend, then why
a
am I
cool
going
guy.
to? Who cares? You
Wait,
know?
He's
not gonna-
okay being himself. He
You're not
doesn't
going to
care.
educate your friend about soap?
Listen, the worst part about being the stinky person in the group
I
is
tell
you
you when to
never
put deodorant
know
on.
you're the stinky person.
I tell you when to put deodorant on.
I know you do, but it's also you get used to the environment. You don't always know it. You don't smell the smells. You do.
I know. You get nose blind.
You do.
Mhm.
It's a tragic life event that affects everyone
Yes.
except people who don't have the sense of smell. So,
True.
and they're out there. My
Well, this has
father-in-law.
been a very special episode of Off the Rails, where we talked about nothing but Muppet lunches.
It has. I mean, we're not done yet. Okay, so this week's topic.
I like Sally,
Muppet
by the way.
Sally's a good call.
I like Sally.
Sally's a good call. This week's topic, which we will now only be able to give probably 15 minutes to, roughly. Last week we did an
Roughly.
episode.
Stupid. Sorry.
Last week we did an episode where we talked about some of the advice over the years that we regretted giving out, and this time around we got I go through and read all the comments, and I want you to believe that I read the comments. So a person left in the comments, don't have their name, I don't read that well, and said you should do the opposite and tell us things that you never tell anyone about. And so we're going to try to roll with it, and maybe we don't have a lot, and that's why we just filled it up with Muppets and lunch tables at the front, and slightly peanuts a little bit too. But that's what we're going to talk about. So do you want me to give an example of
Yes.
one? So the 4th of July holiday is coming up,
Yes.
and my expert example as a person who does this stuff for a living, I have watched 4th of July fireworks in the Magic Kingdom. I've watched them from other locations. You don't need to be inside Magic Kingdom for those fireworks. And in fact, I think you're actually at a disadvantage. And back in the old days, the best place you could be was on the beach of the Polynesian. And over the years, they have made that a perk of booking a hotel at the Polynesian. There's still space though. It's you're not getting the perfect beach seats if you're watching from the Polynesian. That's roped off for people who are staying at the hotel and such. But find any place around there. Grand Floridian, even Contemporary is not great unless you're at the top of the restaurants and such. But just find a place other than Magic Kingdom to watch those fireworks. And the reason I say that is because not only does the fireworks happen behind the Magic Kingdom like they always do, but then they also shoot them off from one of the islands that is in the waterway. So when you're in Magic Kingdom, you obviously have a great view of what's in front of you. You're hearing the music. It's perfect. You're missing a whole other show that's happening behind you. And it's a good show. It's like the same amount of fireworks, but just shot from that one point. And it gives you such an interesting perspective on what's still happening behind Magic Kingdom. If you've ever watched normal fireworks from there. I also, it didn't work like one of the last years that we went to do it, but in the past they would always bring out the barges for the electrical water pageant, and they would have those lighting up with like the stars and stripes as well, and it was a whole show. And if you want to sit through the nightmare of watching them in Magic Kingdom, you know what? You're fine. It's going to be a lot of people.
Yes.
It's going to be beautiful. You're never going to forget it. I love the New Year's fireworks, but for me, 4th of July and fireworks it goes hand in hand. It's at the point where what's that holiday even about anymore? To me, it's just about explosives, really. And,
There you go.
You know,
What more do you
it's,
need?
it's Easter is about bunnies. Christmas is about getting gifts, not giving, and the 4th of July is about Sky Boom Boom, and that's what it's all about. So
Greg's
that's
calendar right there.
yeah. That's I don't have anything else. Halloween. That's about watching movies.
Mm.
Pumpkin.
it's about cutting pumpkin on
Stuffed
it.
pumpkin.
That's about
Cutting a gourd.
that's about being a sinister looking man with a larger than life knife, cutting a pumpkin on their front yard while kids are coming up to get candy.
The way too late because you didn't get to it earlier, and so I right there.
Oh no, it's me, and
Yeah.
I get the looks every
Dude,
year.
couldn't you have done this yesterday?
Yeah. Oh no, it's in the last year's Halloween. We had it was Rhino, Eli, my
Tim Courtney.
parents, Sean. We had so many people, and then there's Craig sitting out with a table in the front,
Oh yeah,
cutting a
hard
pumpkin
table.
with a giant knife that Michael Myers would be carrying around,
You
slashing
need one
people
of the
with.
little pumpkin decorating kits with the little saw that you
No.
can get the little eyes out.
They take too long. Listen, if you're gonna scare children properly in a neighborhood in Florida, you get that big knife out and you say, "Listen, you steal that whole bowl of candy when we get bored and go inside."
Watch out.
Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Threatening children daily. That's the Craig Williams way.
Hashtag Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Blessings.
Exactly. I agree with you as far as fireworks.
Knives and pumpkins.
Not as far as the gigantic knife. No, as far as the fireworks are concerned in the Magic Kingdom, because here's the deal. Yes, it's fun to be there right in front of the castle, but then you do deal with, I am 5'2.5". I do not have the blessing of size like you do. And so somebody's going to go up on a shoulder in front of me. Someone is going to crowd in. Somebody's going to block my view. It's not going to be perfect. And then after, when you said there's going to be a lot of people, there's so many people sometimes that you simply cannot move. I don't like when I don't have control over what I am doing at that. I know there's plenty of moments I'm a grown adult where I have to sit through whatever I have to sit through. But when you have no recourse at all, that's the moment at which I start to go, okay, let me talk myself down from a moment, because I physically cannot take a step to the right, nor the left, nor the front, nor the back, because they are trying to funnel people out of the park. And there's just so many of them. So by watching the fireworks outside of the park, you don't deal with any of that, nor do you deal with the lines for transportation that you're going to have to queue up in because everyone is leaving the park at that time. So,
And I, as much as I'm not one of the people that rags on Enchantment, I understand it's not a perfect show, and I mean, at this point, we're ticking down closer and closer to the end of the 50th anniversary. I know we still have like 9 months to go, somewhere in there, 10 months, 11. I don't even know anymore. What month is it? And what it ends in December, right? No, it's a 16 month. When does it end? When does it end?
Yeah.
Is it a 16
yeah,
month?
so it'll be
It's like
February.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we're like
That's random. Why
16
February?
or 18 month. I
Is
can't
it
remember.
18 months? 18 months.
I thought it was a year and a half, which would mean 18.
Rhino.
Yes.
Yeah, we got to ask you to get back on the Google and
Hold on,
figure
hold
that out.
on.
'Cause
This is going to be
Thank goodness for you, Rhino.
the private detective freelancing fee.
Yeah, I mean, finally, we found, after 7 years of being a part of this company, we have now finally found Rhino's worth.
His niche.
Big
right here.
Googling.
Googling when I think people are ganging up to tell me I'm wrong when I'm right. 18 months. Boom. I am on a roll today.
So April?
Guys, this is
Yeah,
the
so
third
April.
time I've been right today. This is good for me.
Great job.
This is making me feel
Gold
good.
Star.
I mean, how can something so wrong feel so right tonight after all we've been through? I lined you up. That was a line from a
I thought
song in the Muppets.
Oh,
Most Wanted.
I thought it was a REO Speedwagon song.
No.
So I didn't know the
No, you had to picture that being sung by Miss Piggy and Celine Dion. together.
Oh.
I'm gonna keep on loving you.
That
good
is a
one.
different song.
That's a good one.
That's a different song. So Enchantment. Let's just wanna keep on loving you.
From the movie Drive Me Crazy, starring Melissa Joan Hart and Adrian Grenier.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anyway,
I'm trying to think what else it was in.
that was their song that they loved to listen to, and then I believe it was.
I'll tell you what. Nope, I know what I screwed up. I was thinking that it was the first song that we hear Finn singing in Glee, but it wasn't.
No,
that
he
was
sang,
Can't Fight This Feeling
yeah,
Anymore.
yeah, Can't
Also
Fight This-
by
an REO
REO
Speedwagon
Speedwagon,
song.
yeah.
Yeah.
Such a good song.
Yeah. They singing it in the shower. Singing in the shower.
It was the Donnas who did the cover in the movie at the dance. But yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Okay. Simmer down.
Simmer down now. Swim it down now.
Okay. So I was saying Enchantment. I know there's a lot of people not a huge fan of it. It's probably going to last beyond the 50th anniversary. We don't know though. It might not. You know what? If you've already seen it once before, I promise you to just watch it anywhere else in the park.
Yeah.
Don't watch it. Don't watch it in the hub. Don't watch it down Main Street. Just watch it wherever you want. Fireworks are beautiful no matter where you see them. And you know what? More and more, I'm reading people say, we were on Big Thunder Mountain and the fireworks went off. And that's the moment. That's the memory that lasted forever. Not watching it from the hub, miserable. So you know what? Give fireworks a shot from a different perspective.
Give
know what?
fireworks a chance.
You know where I want to try? And
What?
I am terrified of this ride, so it's going to be a tough one.
I know what you're going to say.
Astro Orbiter. Yeah. I saw
So-
my friend did it. I saw him on Instagram and like the fireworks
Yes.
going off right there. I'm like,
When
what?
Few was in town 3
Yeah.
weeks ago, we were there in Magic Kingdom. We timed it so that we were riding the Astro Orbiter during Enchantment.
Was it
And
hard to do?
And it wasn't hard to do at all. Like they would let you know, okay, it's going to be another 20 minutes before they take the next elevator up to the platform, but they started going off as we were on the loading platform, got onto the rockets. And so I put it some on my Instagram stories
Yeah.
that night of going around and seeing the,
That's
it was
cool.
the coolest thing. So yes, Astro Orbiter, fireworks, good.
Wait, so Rhino, was Denny your friend you were talking about?
No.
No, it was my friend Edward.
Oh.
So apparently it's a thing in the air right now.
It
People
is.
to do it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You should do it. It's fun.
Yeah,
It might have been Denny. I'm pretty sure it was my friend Edward though, but because it was funny because Denny was talking about lettuce cups on a show, and I was like, where did I see that on Instagram recently? It was Denny's story. I was like, was it a
me.
Saturday
So I have
snack?
to ask.
And I'm like, no.
Rhino, I have to ask: are you living in a situation that's like Secret Window right now?
You stole my story.
Is Denny actually Johnny Depp?
Yeah.
Johnny Depp.
Doesn't have any corn or braces, so I'm not sure.
And she doesn't need any. Let's be honest.
Thank you.
So she's got a great smile.
God, Craig, why don't you tell more women to smile?
I didn't tell her to smile. I said she has a great smile.
Thank you.
Listen, unlike the years and years I wore with braces and retainers that
braces.
my parents spent hard-earned money on, and whatever happened is just like it's reversing. So
Is it really? Did
It
you wear
kind
your
of is.
retainer afterward? I didn't.
I
and that
weared
was
it.
Not
I
good.
weared it.
I weared
I
it.
weared it.
Did you wear it?
I
now?
weared it. No.
I weird it.
I weared it.
I believe you.
I wore it just as much as I think most kids did.
Yes.
So it's-
2 days.
Yeah.
And you were like,
exactly.
whoops, I forgot.
Gone.
Listen, it was always, even
It
when you
hurts.
cleaned it, it was gross. It hurt. It
Yeah.
just wasn't. It wasn't ideal.
You were 22 and you thought, I'm still wearing a retainer? No. Just
yeah.
chuck it.
Yeah, no, and that was my second because I had to have braces on just 4 of my teeth first, and then
Oh,
the
wow.
full set. So, yeah, I was a kid who liked the pacifier. So,
Oh, did you?
Yeah, so it really
Okay.
ruined my teeth.
Yeah.
So good to know. If you're an
I'll
adult,
tell you.
don't use pacifiers.
Don't use a pacifier.
I'm not talking about adults who are having kids. I'm talking
Yeah.
as an adult, do not
Don't,
use a
no,
pacifier.
no.
It was big back in the days of Spice Girl. I believe Baby Spice always had a pacifier, didn't she? Didn't she? Denny would know more than Rhino.
I was like, don't look at me. How dare you?
Hey, I love the
Don't-
Spice Girls.
I mean,
Who
I've seen
doesn't?
Spice
Don't
World
use a
in the
pacifier.
theater.
Okay.
Every boy and every girl.
Spice up your life. It's not my favorite song.
That's not your
That's fine.
favorite of theirs?
No.
What? Let me guess. You're a wannabe person.
No. Actually, my song it was a hit,
When
but
two become one.
no, it's not any of their pop songs. It was the ballad where it's the so glad you made it.
Oh.
Time would never change it. No,
Bless you.
no.
Oh yeah, I know the one.
So it was like the music video where they're outside of a house that now looks like Hill House, kind of in a way. It's like a manor, if I'm remembering.
Right.
I would literally, for some reason, when I hit a weird age like 10, I would be up until like 2 a.m. watching VH1 and MTV, and then just watching
Bless
music videos. And then it's like, oh,
Yes.
back up for school at 6 a.m. And it's like, okay, right back on. So it's like I have a very weird, I would say probably about 7 years, I have a very weird and distinct mix of music. Like,
Eclectic.
yeah, like I would wake up and it would always be Miss Independent on. So like I don't like anything really Kelly Clarkson,
Okay.
but as soon as I hear the
Happened to Miss
Miss Independent,
Miss Self-Sufficient.
Miss
That song sounds so
keep
different than
your
any of her other
distance.
songs since
Yes.
then, though. It's funny that you gave up on that one.
Listen,
Who doesn't like Breakaway? Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
I know probably all the words. It's just not my jam.
Princess Diaries too. I think that was the theme song. See, boom, back to Disney.
I
Love Princess Diaries.
never watched it.
What?
What?
Nope.
It's pretty good.
No, I know.
I didn't
stuff
want to
about
like it, but I did.
It's just
And
it's
I
one
saw
of
the
those
second
things
one
I
in the theater.
at the time. I know it involves Sokovia and like it lifts off the ground at one point
No.
in time.
No.
I think you're thinking of
Genovia.
Princess Diaries 3, Age of Ultron.
Age
That's it.
of
That's it.
Ultron.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because there is a Princess Diaries too.
I
And
know.
the
I know
Ravens
there
in
is.
it.
No, I know, and of course Julie Andrews,
Yeah.
and I know
Chris
it's
Pine
just-
is the prince.
Yeah,
God
I know
love
all
him.
about it. I know all about
The
it.
guy
I
from
just-
Lord of the Rings and Indiana Jones is in it.
Jonathan.
Yeah. Hold your eye. Whatever he says on the ride, I can't remember. What does he say on the ride? It's like you have to guard your
Well,
eye. The
yeah,
whole thing
you
they
do.
with
You
the
don't want to
hands.
look into the eyes of the.
Yeah, but you're supposed to like hold your hand a specific way over your face or something. I can't remember.
Is it Jonathan Rhys Davies?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that.
Jonathan Rhys Darby.
That's what was screwing me up is that we talk so much about Rhys Darby that I was
It is
like,
Jonathan Rhys Davies.
okay, that's what, like it was. I was second guessing myself because I'm like, Rhys Davies. It can't be because it's Rhys Darby.
It's Rhys Davies.
Yeah.
So Rhys must be his last name. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Welsh actor.
He's so good.
I'm okay with the
Rhys
Welsh.
Darby.
I have no problems with the Welsh.
Mm-mm. Beautiful country Well,
Never been.
area.
I wanted to. So
Yes.
like back.
Oh my gosh, it's stunning.
Yeah, back in the early the 2010s, the early 2010s, when I was like massive into Doctor Who, that was always the dream was to go to
The doctor to
Cardiff.
Yeah, Cardiff,
Yeah.
where the experience was.
Exactly. I wanted to
Gorgeous.
soak it all in because I was in on all the shows, Doctor Who,
Oh,
Torchwood.
wow.
Just I wanted to go and be like, maybe they'll put me in this. Maybe I'll
Of
be the
course they
kooky,
would.
American who pops up in the
Then
background.
they got another redhead,
Yeah.
Karen Gillan.
Has anything ever worked out for her?
No, I think she was
Nothing.
just in that one thing.
That one thing, that one time.
And Jumanji.
Also starring.
Rhys Darby.
Correct.
Welcome to Jumanji. I'm the gentleman pirate. Hope you're not a vampire. Sorry. Because he was also in What We Do in the Shadows, but he was a werewolf.
I haven't
was.
watched
What are
that
we?
yet.
Werewolves, not swearwolves. Because he doesn't like when they use bad language.
Oh gosh. Cute.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna beg.
I have the
One.
advice.
Good,
Okay,
'cause
ready?
I don't have anything good.
Wait, but it has to be real advice.
Wait,
I was
what
gonna be
is it?
say,
It's-
I regret giving people the advice to
Yeah.
go to Baseline Tap House because I was always in line now. and I feel like I'm
No,
partly to
Rhino,
blame.
the regrets were last week. That was last week's show. The advice we regret giving to
leftover
people.
regrets.
Yeah, I regret giving that to people.
This one is about
This is-
stuff we don't tell people to
Yeah.
do that we should.
Oh, okay, I misunderstood. That we don't tell people to do, but we should? No, I'm not telling you my secrets. Get out of here. Because
So
you know what
there.
happened? I told you about Baseline Tap House. Now you know what happened? There's a line.
You know what, though? Usually we only see like one person when we go to Baseline, though. I'm not saying in line. Only one person is like, oh, it's Craig and Rhino. So clearly other people have been influenced in some other way to go to Baseline. It's not just, we're not the OG influencers on this, Rhino. I know you want to be, but we're just not.
I'd like to believe myself the cool owner that just sits outside randomly.
There you go.
In my backstory, I've made up.
But no advice for
My last
anyone
name
else.
is actually Baseline. John Baseline. Nice to meet you.
Rhino, I'm begging you.
I
just
don't have
say-
advice to give people. I've given everything I have.
I think we've been pretty forthright with our information. I feel like. I had someone who brought up recently again the fact that you should not get Genie Plus for Epcot, and they had, and I went, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'd
Oh,
borderline
no,
say don't get
please.
it for any park except for Magic Kingdom.
not even Hollywood Studios.
See, the thing with Hollywood Studios, I'd be like, you gotta do Rise.
Yes.
So
Hey, buy the
what do you?
individual one for Rise, and you know what? Just suck it up and wait in line for Slinky.
Yeah, that's what I'm because I was
I
like
would
the only
agree.
other one I'd use it on is Slinky. So, or I mean, like,
Mhm.
because even Mickey, even with the wait, you could still probably get in there for like under an hour. So it's
Yeah.
like 2 rides, paying the price for 2 rides. I'm like,
Well, you also have Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror too. And Tower of Terror, I
Yeah.
do believe it's back to both sides
sides.
have
Mhm.
opened, but wait times still haven't really dropped drastically. But you know what? It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you're gonna spend the entire day. If you're just waiting in regular lines, you're going to have a really long day. You're going to be tired. But if you're saving the money, like, unless it saves your sanity, but if your sanity also leaves because of Genie Plus,
Yeah.
it's like you have to really balance it out. At the end of the day, would you rather have more money or would you rather take the chance that it saves your butt and you can relax a little bit more? I don't know. But I mean, for me, some days I'm just let's wait in the standby line type of
Yes.
person anyways.
Yeah.
It's like I've waited in the Slinky Dog line. I've waited over an hour for it. And you know what? It's never great, but you do have a smile on your face after. So if it's something that's worth it to you, go for it. If it's 3 hours, no, but that's not a world we're living in. We're not dealing with that right now. Maybe on the peakest peaks,
Yeah.
but
so
not
you're
right
saying
now.
it's advice we regret not having given people?
Yeah. Like, what stuff are you holding back that you're not actually saying? What are you holding back on? What are you
What stuff
holding
am I
back on?
holding back? I don't know. I
I
mean,
don't know
like,
either.
It's other.
if the clouds are forming, don't go to the park. You're gonna get wet.
Nah, you gave that advice
there
before.
have been here's so the last 2 nights, my husband and I have gone to the park. Daughtry was playing. He loves Daughtry
What?
very much.
At Epcot?
Uh-huh. And so we
no,
went
at Animal Kingdom, you boob.
exactly in the parking lot. It was fabulous. No, he is a huge Daughtry fan, so of course we're looking at the radar. And there was this big debate over whether we go or not. I'm okay getting rained on in the parks. It's not. I roll with it. Whatever.
But the lightning.
My husband does not want to get wet. Does not. I mean, nobody enjoys squishing around
it's the
a park.
sneakers, yeah.
It's so the radar. It's coming through. It's going to be awful. Wash out, all that jazz. Okay, we'll go ahead and go because it's Daughtry. So off we went both nights, and I'm trudging around the World Showcase in my rain boots, for crying out loud. But they're my Sperry's, so they're cute, but still not the most comfortable. Not a cloud. I mean, it was gorgeous. There were clouds, and then they were gone. It was like Epcot was immune. So don't always believe the radar. Just go and enjoy it. And I don't know what you said, Rhino, that got me on talking about that, but you
Ma'am.
said something. But
You said it. It
I
doesn't
said if
matter
the clouds
anymore.
were forming.
yeah, exactly. Like it ended up being 2 beautiful nights. You know, a lot of, I guess, for me, there is a lot of stressing over how things are right now in the parks, and just the fact of getting here. Like, Rhino, you said last week, immediately, and we all kind of gasped and had a moment over it, because Walt Disney World was the thing that really you would say is a pain in the butt right now, as far as all of the
extra things, the hoops,
all the hurdles you have to jump over to get here. So there is an element where I would advise people, don't listen to us because we want you to listen to us. Read our articles because we want you to read our articles. Watch our videos because we want you to watch our videos. But then have a good time anyhow.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say, and just wrap it up on. But I was thinking in one specific type of example with it, and that was specifically with food. And like, it bums me out sometimes when I hear and read people say like, "Oh, we took your advice on what food," and I get it. That's part of what we're here to do, is to recommend what you should hit and what you shouldn't hit. But you know what? Like, we're not always right. And I know everyone that I work with, and I know what they don't see in food that other people see in food. And like, I respect the heck out of Pete, love him, but like, back in the day, my family used to always go to Tony Town Square.
Oh, sure.
And you know what? Is it the fanciest Italian in the world? No, but it was a solid meal. And
you're eating in the middle of the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's little things like that. It's like, I think I spend more time disagreeing with my coworkers on their opinions of meals, just because they're at a different place than they are than what I always am too. And it's like, at the end of the day, like, I would hate to ever say to someone like, "Hey, I know you're looking at that menu and it looks good, but trust me, it's not great." Like, I've given this example before. I've eaten at Hollywood and Vine with people in our company who have said they hated it, and in the middle of the meal saying, "Yeah, it's not that bad." And then afterwards, it's like, "No, this was not good." And I'm like, "What? No, it's like, it really wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Is it overpriced? Yes, but
it is
not awful. It's not inedible. There's very rarely anything that I eat at Walt Disney World that's inedible. Just remember, with anyone, don't be influenced because someone is saying, if you're not doing this, you're not doing Disney right.
I think that goes
that's the mentality that people need to get rid of. Is, you know what? Take the advice, give it a shot, but don't just be like, it's amazing because they said it is. Because we are all just regular people. I mean, if a world-class chef, if Jose Andres is like, "This is the best meal I've ever had at Walt Disney World," I'm gonna trust him at that. But other people, you know what? We're all just a bunch of people going around eating stuff, riding rides, doing experiences, trying to be able to give the best advice. But at the end of the day, we are one voice in it. So listen to us, but throw that crap out the window. Do your thing.
Kevin, back in the day, used to say, when he did dining reviews, he would say, "This is a snapshot of one snapshot. It is one moment in time, and, take it or leave it." Like, and when he would frame it as it was one experience, one moment, like, we all had a great experience with Connections, that first day of Connections. We've also talked that there are, that some of that quality that we had that first day might be degrading. So, I got to go back and have the meatball pizza again. I got to have that chicken sandwich again to see if they've bumped the pickles back up. So, yeah, you have to take it all with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have a good time.
I mean,
but don't ask the chef for salt. That's insulting.
No.
Don't do that.
Who did that?
What?
Some people ask for salt. I don't like.
No, don't ask for salt.
I'd say like throw that to attractions though too, because I feel like there's stuff where you say like, "Oh, well, this is your favorite park, or that's my favorite part. I know you love Epcot, and I know how much right now." I'm like, no, but it's like you shouldn't. My goal is to never make somebody hate it. It's just to be like, "Why do you love it so much? Why do you hate it so much?" It's one of those things. I just like talking about it. It's not really about me trying to be like, "Don't do," unless I literally would be like, "Don't do it. Don't waste your time," because there's a universal disappointment here or something like that. But your favorite ride or attraction could be somebody's, like, it's like we talked about. I think we did talk about it in Bad Advice or in the Advice We Regret about. We had a discussion recently about Carousel of Progress and the People Mover.
That was last week.
Yeah, and
That
stuff,
was
and
last
where
week.
it's like, yeah, we might love those things. You might hate those things, or you might hate them and we might love them, but like, don't let that diminish your love for it. If it's the one thing that you want to do at Disney and people are like, you're crazy, why did you book the trip to go to Disney and you're going on this one thing and not like Guardians of the Galaxy or, Thunder Mountain or Space Mountain? It's like, whatever, do what you like to do at the parks. Like for me, I even say it whenever we're at Disneyland, sometimes I don't need to do every attraction, but I just like being there. So it's like, you find the value, however you just find the value of the money you put into it. That would be the advice I would give you, is that don't feel like you have to eat all these foods, do all these rides, whatever, but just find the thing that gives you that value of the ticket that you paid. And it might be something we don't even ever talk about.
As a wise woman once said, it's your thing. Do what you're going to do.
Is that Kelly Clarkson?
Ba-da-da-da.
No, I can't think of the singer. So that's why I just wanted to say a wise woman.
Oh.
But same
Witchy woman.
same with like table service restaurants, like must do. And I've written so many articles over the last 3 years, must do this, that, and the other. Must do's are very, very up to you. They are completely catered to that person. And just because Le Cellier, everybody loves it, you don't have to take that 2 hours out of your Epcot day. If you don't find value in it, go eat at a booth somewhere. Go eat at Connections. Go eat somewhere else. You don't have to do all those things.
Yeah, you're paying so much to be in the parks and stuff, and I know that the food that you're having inside the parks is part of what you're paying for as well. You're paying on top of the pain, but that's not for everyone. It's just like I think there are some things like sci-fi and 50s prime time, and you could even argue something like Cinderella's Royal Table.
Do you like sci-fi?
I do like
never been.
sci-fi. I love it inside there.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so quiet.
It is.
That's
incredible.
why you like it.
Well, it is quiet.
And you don't have to talk to anybody.
Well, yeah, you're watching the movies. You're watching the trailers.
I get it. Okay.
And plus also too, it's like it is a snapshot of what I believe to be like a perfect era that I would want to be living in. Like it's just
I don't know if it was a perfect era, but
no, I mean
know what you mean.
And if this was my Pleasantville. Pleasantville
you could reassemble.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's nothing goes wrong. Everyone's happy until some kids, somehow end up there and they start breaking everything apart.
Hiya, bud. Hiya, Skip. Hiya, bud. That's my favorite part.
So my step forward or Pleasantville is Sci-Fi Drive-In. But I again with it, I think there's certain restaurants that you're like, yeah, if you're not getting there anywhere else,
right.
Of course, why wouldn't you? But something like, we talk about California Grill so much on this show, and can you find similar quality food in probably where you live? Probably. I mean, not all in one restaurant. You're not going to find potentially decent sushi plus also a variety of meat options and really good pizza and other random things all on a menu. Yep. But and the important but there is like it's you can find these individual items probably at restaurants where you live that match up to that. Yeah, it doesn't have the view of California Grill, but like if you're a foodie, yeah, you're probably making those memories up there. But also don't let someone tell you that if you're not doing these 2-hour meals, 3-hour meals, you're doing it wrong. No. For someone like me, you're doing it right. Go. Yeah, you got to sit back sometimes and have a drink and just relax. But you do that in between the crazy. And sometimes meals just slow that down too much. So do what you want to do. Don't listen to us. Don't listen to us. And I'm spent.
I was trying to think of a Muppet thing to say.
What was it? What's another Muppet thing to say?
I know but that's the opening part. I don't know how they close the show.
They don't open the show with Phenomena either.
Pretty Bernie.
No, you were doing the bugs. So
I like bugs. Tiny bugs.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should just end this. So with that, we are going back on the rails. Denny, are you still with us next week?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Then what an awkward question to just
I'm
leave
here.
in there.
I'm here.
Okay, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Off the Rails. We truly hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to support us more, you can always hit the thumbs up if you're watching this on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, leave comments, questions, and video suggestions in the comments section. If you're listening to this, subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. And if it's through a place you can leave a rating and review, also do that. And if you want to support us more, you can book a trip through Dreams Unlimited Travel. Get a free no obligation quote today at dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. But thank you so much to the panel for having this very weird discussion with me. Thank you so much out there for everyone who listened and watched. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again real soon next time we go off the rails. Take care. Bye-bye.